The first thing I ask people when I teach with them is I ask them, where does your spirit live? Do you know?
And where do most people say?
Well, universally, and I've been around the world, they'll go to their heart.
Mm.
My spirit lives in my heart, and that's accurate.
Mm. It's an automatic instinct, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
We are naturally hardwired to be conscious in the heart. And science has actually proven that we have neural ganglion that go to the brain and also to the heart, and actually to the gut as well, that give us information. And then I'll say, and where does your spirit move?
Mm.
And that's confusing for people.
Where does it move?
In your hips. You make your decisions in your hips.
This is the solar plexus?
Right. This is where you'll either move with your vibration, move with your gut, move with your instincts, or not.
Mm-hmm.
You might, the alternative, and what most people do, unfortunately, is they'll go up to their head and become frozen.
Mm-hmm.
And the minute you're in your head, you've lost connection to your spirit, and you've lost your ability to be fully and authentically informed. So I teach people to get back to your spirit and take care of your spirit. You know, you can tell if someone's spirit is left. Do you know how you can tell?
I was listening to a Wayne Dyer tape this morning. He was talking about that.
You can tell. I can tell immediately.
How do you tell?
By the light in your eyes.
Yeah, that's what he said.
If there's no light in your eyes, your spirit's gone.
Mm.
And a lot of people definitely push their spirit out and get stuck in their ego and control, and their lives just become a series of managing their fears. And they've lost all their capacity to be creative or responsive or intuitive or spontaneous, and they've lost all their capacity to be joyful.
Well, just on that, because what he was talking about, he said if someone has like a huge shock, a huge loss, someone dying, and they feel shattered, it's like their spirit, their soul, their heart's being shattered, and their soul leaves the body.
Temporarily.
That's what he's saying, temporarily, but you can tell by looking
in the eyes.
Yeah.
Now, there's really simple ways to wake up your spirit.
Okay.
One of them, and the most obvious one, is to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that most people don't breathe?
Yeah.
And there's a way to breathe. There's a specific way to breathe to activate your spirit, which is to breathe in through the nose, and then out through the mouth and let out the sound, ah. Mm-hmm. If you do that, you open up the chimney to the heart. Ah, this is where we lose where we become muted. This is where we lose our intuition. Most people have still a pretty strong sense of intuition, but they choke it off and they don't express it. So, changes your vibration right away and centers you back in your heart. And that works. Another thing to do is to sing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can't be in your head and sing at the same time.
Yeah.
Singing is a faculty of the heart, of the spirit. So even if you sing something like "Row, row, row your boat," it'll get you out of your head.
Yeah.
It'll get you out of your head, and so that's another tool. Another tool that will get you back into your spirit is to move.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in your intellect or in your head, you freeze.
Yeah, it's been stuck.
You stop breathing, you stop moving. And it's interesting to me how many people don't want to move. They lose touch with movement, but your spirit is fire. And fire moves.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
And we're going to get back to that because we're going to take a break, and we'll come back and hear a lot more from Sonia. Stay with us.